Welcome back to Audio Lunch.
I'm Justin.
I'm Matt, and today is Ren's Day.
What's up,
renegades?
Man, so apparently Ren is in a legal battle with his Sick Boy stuff. So we really want to talk about that, being that we do know a little bit about behind the industry and have dealt with a lot of that similar stuff in the past. For those of you that are new to the channel, we are audio engineers, ex-bandmates, and producers.
Yes.
So I don't really know.
So we don't know. You guys probably will know and help us along. What I know, or we know, is that Ren bought a beat from a producer named Cujo. We believe through BeatStars.com, which a lot of rappers get their beats from.
Mm-hmm.
And typically, when you are buying something from a producer on there, you are hoping that it's legit and there's not other samples that are yet to be cleared or whatnot. So in this case, Ren bought a song from Cujo and thought it was all on the up and up. But apparently, in that song, Cujo had sampled something that got a copyright claim on it. Hence, Ren got a copyright claim on it. So he had to take the video down. I believe it's still up on Spotify and all that. And it's such a shame because this album got #1 in UK.
So he bought a track off a producer, and a lot of times these producers will use sample kits that they don't realize is also asking for royalties as well. And if you really want to get technical on some of the stuff that I've heard in the past, Roland and some of the electronic music making, companies that have made keyboards. And so say like you go to Parameter 0 and it's a synth sound. If you use that in a song, Roland has come back and actually tried to sue some of the artists and saying that's our sound. So it goes pretty deep.
And it also depends on the level of the popularity it gets. Because some say you can use it, say give us a shout out.
Yeah,
but
so there's
different tiers of buying beats too. Say if your song gets big, say if it gets over 500,000 plays.
Right. That's right. BeatStars has a thing where what they do is they do non-exclusive and exclusive. Exclusive means you've completely bought the rights out, right?
Yeah.
And it's a little more expensive.
You can monetize.
And you can monetize. Non-exclusive means that you don't own any of that, but there's also exclusive tiers, which is what Matt was saying. If you sell maybe 100,000, you don't owe us anything. But if you reach a certain quota, you owe us 20%. Usually those are spelled out pretty clearly. And in Cujo's case, it is spelled on his website. Where things went wrong is that he used a sample kit that another producer is saying,
that's the problem.
Is saying, hey, where's my money? And Cujo, listen, this is a business. They call it the music business for a reason.
Yeah.
And I mean, listen, at the end of the day, my opinion, Cujo needs to take the hit. Cujo needs to take the hit.
I think that's the problem is
and release Ren of any liability. And then all lawsuits would be to Cujo. And Ren would be able to recoup from him too. I don't know his assets. I mean, sometimes these people buy beats off a first time.
Yeah.
They're in a studio. Like me and you could go in a studio.
Yeah.
And Joe Blow could be the engineer and say, hey, listen to this beat. And all of a sudden that beat is the beat of the night. And we already have people coming into the studio, some pretty big names, and boom, bang. All of a sudden, we record. We don't really know where it's going. All of a sudden, it gets boom, bang. Next thing you know, it's on the radio.
Yeah.
A lot of contract negotiation wasn't dealt with. And in the case of Ren, it was.
Yeah.
It was spelled out clear as day. But
he purchased it.
But where it wasn't was where the producer was using these sound
This
banks.
is definitely Cujo's error.
And if any producers are listening to this, Splice, a lot of these things, these are royalty free. You don't ever have to worry about getting sued from these, and that's why a lot of producers use them.
That being said, you know, Ren, we feel, did nothing wrong. He bought the beat. He used it. Boom. Now, the people who originally had the sample go after Cujo, or probably even got flagged. Who knows if it got flagged even. You know how they have content IDs and all that.
It wouldn't be.
Regardless.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Lawyers are involved. And now Ren felt like, probably in good faith, said, I'm just going to take the song off YouTube, right? Because it probably got, or maybe it even got a copyright strike. Who knows?
Possibly, but also from Ren's perspective, you don't want to incur any more royalties on a song that is in question.
Yeah.
So from his perspective, legally,
this is just through YouTube. It's still up on all platforms.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
And that is where also things get a little questionable.
Yeah.
But I think this is a shifty move from the producer who sold him a beat.
Yeah.
I think he owns all the, flack that should come of this situation.
Yeah.
And I think that if anything, Ren should be suing him. Obviously, there's lawyers involved. Obviously, that's probably what might be trying to happen. But, I mean, damn, this song's called Sick Boy.
The album's called Sick Boy.
Ren shouldn't have to deal with this.
Yeah.
And he's got lawyers that are going to have to deal with this.
Mm-hmm.
But who needs to step up to the plate is the producer. So, for the Renegades, man, keep blowing that dude up. And also, I don't know too much about it. I know very little, just enough. And hopefully
I did hear, according to Cujo, he's saying that he reached out to Ren and his lawyers, and the lawyers aren't keeping Ren up to date. So that's where the surprise was. I think they reached out to the lawyers. They tried to deal with it. Ren was kind of kept in the dark on this until surprise. So I think what Cujo's saying is the problem is the lawyers on Ren's side.
As always, it's like the best way to look at this is like when you're going through a divorce, right? So you break up with, or you get divorced from your wife and you have kids. The last thing the lawyers want you doing is meeting up on a Wednesday night at Cocoa Butters and having little chips together and margaritas and saying, what are we doing with these lawyers that are costing so much money, right? The last thing they want you doing is meeting each other and saying, we don't need the lawyers.
Yeah.
The best thing for a lawyer is to keep you out of the mix so that they get paid. So that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Anyways, with all that said, we do want to know what you guys think about this situation. Drop a comment in the cafeteria below. Let us know information that we have missed. And also, Ren, if you want to come on the show and talk about it yourself, we would love that as well. We are big fans of you and have been on your rabbit hole for almost this whole year now. And like I said, we love everything you put out and are huge fans. And much respect to you.